Hello and welcome to the Cameron and Tia Show. Today I am coming at you with a solo episode where I am spilling the tea on family portraits on the wedding day. Family photos are one of those things where it's probably one of the most important things of the day. It's the one time where all of these people are together, they're all dressed up, looking fine, but for both you and your couple, it can be one of the most stressful and or awkward parts of the day. So today I'm breaking down what we do to not only make family formals super efficient for us, super stress-free, but also make it stress-free for your couple and make it a place where you can over-deliver for every single family member. Let's get into it.
Hi, I'm Cameron.
And I'm Tia.
We're so excited that you're here.
Let's jump right into the video. So in order to make family portrait time work for both you as the photographer and your couple, we set two rules. The first is that we must have at least 30 minutes on the day, and the second is that it will be immediate family only. So these rules are communicated at our initial consultation, they're communicated in our wedding guide, and also in all kinds of email correspondence as reminders. So first, the 30 minutes. Does it always take us 30 minutes to get through the family shot list? Heck no, but we want to have that extra padding. Because most of our couples opt for a first look, we do family portraits before the ceremony, which then means the thing that's following family portraits is time to rest, retouch, hide, and get ready for the ceremony. We want to make sure that, hey, maybe we finish in 20 minutes, maybe we finish in 25 minutes, and that's just an extra gift to the couple and their families to be able to relax for longer. So we want to make sure that we have that padding. The second reason that we have that is that you know that somebody is going to be in the bathroom, some brother, sister, whatever is going to be taking a bathroom break, is going to be missing, and no matter how much you reiterate to your couple, make sure that they're there 15 minutes early, make sure that they're meeting at this spot, somebody won't be there. So we also want to have the padding for that, and the padding to be able to gather all those people involved. Our second rule, that it's immediate family only. We love to devote this to immediate family only. A, it makes our job a lot less stressful. B, it allows the couple to really enjoy that time. We've done it in the past where they could have extended family photos during this time. So all of the things, aunts, uncles, cousins, whatever. And we felt like that doesn't allow our couple and their parents and their siblings to enjoy this time and to really bask in this time. When we don't have all of that chaos going on, i.e. uncles seeing the bride for the first time and wanting to greet her and wanting to dote on her dress, when we don't have those things going on, it allows moments for the bride to just hug her mom and soak that in. And so we want to carve out that space for them. We totally take extended family portraits any other time in the day. A lot of times that's during cocktail hour because most of our couples have opted for a first look. They have downtime during cocktail hour. All those extended family members are already there. We make a plan that they're going to be at 4:45 and that's going to be that side's family photo. Or we do it after dinner before the dance floor is opened up. But we love to carve out that time to be immediate family members only and 30 minutes. Like most wedding photographers, we do not work off of a shot list on the day. But for family photos, we live off of that shot list. We think it's so important to truly understand the family dynamics, all of the different things that could be in a blended family, any step siblings, half siblings, anything like that, we want to have a full grasp on. We don't want to walk into the day blind and not understand those dynamics that are so, so important. So what we do is 6 weeks before, we send a huge wedding questionnaire to our couples that basically covers everything, including their family shot list. On there, we have a basic sample family shot list where it'll have like bride with mom, bride with dad, bride with parents, couple with parents, and you are literally able to just go down the line and check whatever our couples would like. Then we have a box where they can add in any additional shots. We request that they write them in the same exact format. So it'll be like bride with brother and significant other. That's important to us because we don't want to be left hanging when it says bride with brother and Susie, and Susie's mentioned nowhere else in the questionnaire. And then on the day of, we're just calling out a random name when actually we've been sitting next to someone who was Susie the morning of, but we knew her as the brother's wife. So it's really important to us that they write it in the same format. And I would say because we provide that sample shot list, we have 90% of our couples that just check that. And that's it. And that makes it super easy for us, super easy for them. So if you're not currently providing a sample, people are going to go haywire. They're going to go on Pinterest. They're going to be like, oh, I think I need this and this and this and this. And you know in your heart that they're never going to frame that photo. It's not going to be in an album. And realistically, it's not important in the big scope of things. So you want to guide your couples. So that's why we have that sample shot list there. We also have our couples do two other things. The first is a question that says, are there any uncomfortable family situations? While we are really great with working with blended families and we can understand those dynamics based on their additional shot requests, this box is a little open-ended and allows them to explain things like maybe their father got remarried and their new stepmom doesn't get along with their biological mom. And that's important for us to know. Maybe they did put them in some shots together because they made those choices, but hey, they don't get along, we're going to put them on opposite sides, and that's serving them really well. The other thing that we ask for is for their parents and their siblings' first names. We do this with bridal party as well, but this is really key to our family section so that we can call people by names. We can get to know them before the day by memorizing them and then placing them the second that they meet them, so that we're really calling them by names and making this a personal experience. Again, especially with blended families, it allows us to really understand who's with who and make sure that we're pairing them on the same sides, making sure that we're not mixing in things that don't mix, like certain half siblings that actually belong to this father and mother. So that's really important to us, and it's really important to understand those dynamics, and the questionnaire allows us to really get into that. We then take the questionnaire and we look at all the shots that they requested and we put it in the most efficient list possible. So we typically start small, so we'll start bride with dad and we build up bigger, bigger. And then what happens is that we start taking out little groups one by one. So it might be one person leaves, then two people leave, then three people leave as it gets smaller and smaller. And then we repeat on the other side. One photo that we almost always do, it's almost always requested, is the bride and groom with their respective parents. So a shot of 6. And that's typically the midpoint for us. And then we start going down the groom side and we again, big. And then it gets smaller. That is by far the most efficient. We've seen other people that just start small and build big, but then you'll find that some people are leaving while some people are coming in and it gets chaotic. We want as little of kind of transactions as possible where just one person is adding, 2 people are adding, 3 people are adding, and then they get removed. That makes it super efficient. It makes it super flawless. So on the day of, again, the goal is to make this efficient and stress-free for both the couple and you. A disclaimer is that we are a husband and wife team. There are always 2 of us and there are always the 2 people working together. So I'm going to lay out how we do it. If you have a reliable second shooter, they can totally do this. This is easy. But we do have the 2 people, myself and my husband, always working together on families. So what happens first is that we gather everyone. We make sure that everybody is ready to rumble. Typically what's happening is that Cam is chatting with our couple while there's a little downtime, grabbing them water, making sure they have everything they need, while I go run, I grab all the parents, I grab all the siblings, all the things, so that the couple isn't worrying about this. Again, we want this to be stress-free. We don't want them to be worried about like, oh my gosh, where's my brother-in-law? He was supposed to be here. No, they don't need to be involved. So I'm kind of gathering them maybe 20 feet away from the couple. While I'm gathering them, I reiterate who we're looking for. I make sure that as I'm talking, as I'm gathering, as I'm making sure that people are there, I say that we're looking for immediate family. So I'm looking for parents, siblings, significant others, their kids, and grandparents. And again, I reiterate that. I keep saying that as I make my way through the crowd. This is important because somebody's aunt will be there who just arrived with her sister, who's the grandma of the couple, so I guess great aunt, but she'll be there. She thinks she's in family photos. Again, we're doing immediate family photos only. She is not in family photos, but the couple will have communicated this to someone and then the grandma says to her sister, oh yeah, I'm sure you're supposed to be there. And we've had aunts that will sit there for the entire time. They're not called for a single family photo because this is immediate. They're going to be in family photos later if they request it extended. So it's just important that we kind of cut this off right now. And then as I'm reiterating this, as I make my way around the crowd, she goes, I guess that's not me. And she'll ask me for clarification. I'll say, oh yeah, actually you're not needed now. You can go grab a drink. We'll see you later at cocktail hour. And that's such a relief because then she's not just sitting around waiting. So awkward, right? So that's really important. The next thing I do once I have everyone, and the good thing about reiterating this is that people are able to help me. They're able to say, oh shoot, my brother isn't here yet. Let me go grab him. And then they're doing the work for me. So then after I'm done reiterating, what happens is I just give a little mini speech and I just welcome them. I let them know who myself and my husband are, let them know that we're going to be photographing their family photos. We want to be a friendly face. We want them to understand who we are, not just that like, hey, I'm about to boss you around. What's up? We also say that we're going to make our way through a shot list prepared by the bride and groom. key. Prepared by the bride and groom. We didn't prepare it. We don't know your family dynamic. But so we let them know that in advance. And then we say, we're going to make our way all the way through the shot list. We love to go in order as much as possible because we put it together to be really efficient for you guys. So if you could help us with that, that would be fabulous. And then we also let them know if there are any shots that you'd like at the end, we'd be happy to do them there. No problem. Just grab us. We'd be happy to do them at the end. Again, I'm reiterating things over and over. First of all, we're not going to put your random family shot with you and talking to the mom, you and all your sisters in the middle when we were trying to get the grandparents to just be standing for 2 photos and then to be able to be seated. Second, I'm saying we're happy to get additional photos for you. But first, we're moving through the shot list prepared by the bride and groom. So it's just key to put those little things in their minds. It just, again, kind of cuts it off right there that mom's thinking, oh, I'm preparing this huge list in my head and I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do this. We say, no, we've got it taken care of. If there's anything at the end, then we'll do it then. Typically, we've done everything for them. By the time we get to the end, the mom feels good and she feels like, wow, yeah, I've got everything that I need too. So that's really, really key to do that right at the beginning. So what happens now is that we have a shooter and an organizer. Cam is the shooter, I am the organizer. So what happens is I gather the first person. So typically, again, it's bride with dad. I grab the dad, I bring the dad over, get him in the photo. Cam then takes the photo, obviously devotes full attention to getting framing right, to making sure eyes are open, all the things. During that time, I'm grabbing the next person, which is mom, and bringing mom over to be staging. If it was just one person, let's say Cam shot dad, and while he's shooting dad with the bride, mom wanders over because she wants to chat with her sister, and then Cam has to go grab her again. So that would just stink. We really make it efficient by having the 2 of us and having me constantly stage someone. What happens then is when we get them into posing, we really feel like family photos are a code. There is a method to it. So I'm going to give you an example in a second, but the reason we do this is we want them to look put together. We want them to look a bit formal. That is not our shooting style in any other shape, way, form. A lot of our shooting style with couples, with bridal party is very open-ended. It's prompting, it's fun. Family photos, you don't necessarily need that. We really think that you need a nice photo with everyone's eyes open, smiling at the camera, looking fab. So for example, in just a small shot where it's bridegroom, bride's mom, and bride's dad, what happens is that we always stagger sexes. So if there is, if the bride has a dad and a mom, this is how we would do it. If the bride has a mom and a mom, it actually becomes much easier because we're not alternating the genders in there. So what happens is we typically do dad, bride, groom, mom. What also happens, so you can see how they alternate, it looks really nice like that. We also have different things that they do that they always do. So we always have the bride and the groom facing in towards each other. The bride, depending on which side they are on, it depends on which side she loves about herself. If she doesn't care, then we just kind of pick one for the day. So they're always facing in towards each other. They're doing something classic, wrapped around the waist. Bride is holding the bouquet. Groom has his hand in the pocket. Any men who have hands free, the entire part of family photos, their hand is always in their pocket. It looks so much more polished. I look at family photos with arms just dangling out. I'm like, oh man, that's blah. The dad, who is right next to the bride, then does arm wrapped around her waist, does hand in pocket. The mom, who is next to the groom, so the groom has the hand in pocket. The mom wraps her arm around his arms. It gives her a place to look really nice, really flattering, because again, she doesn't have an arm dangling pressed against her side. She has it wrapped around. It also shows off her corsage, and she just feels like she's giving him a little hug right there. So as we add people to the photo, everything is a code for us. If this person is next to this person, they do something like that. If this person is next to that person, they do something like this. And that leads to cohesiveness in all of their family photos, which looks great in an album, which looks great framed. So that really, really helps. So think through what kind of your aesthetic is with family photos. And I'm going to show a bunch of examples of family photos so that you can kind of see this is generally our code and it really follows this. And it really leads to them looking super polished. Okay, so that's how we get her done. But let's talk about how you can make this an awesome experience for all the family members involved. For most of the family members, this is your first time directly working with them in the day. You will work with them more and more and more as you kind of catch eyes with them through the ceremony, through the reception, dancing, toasts, everything like that. But some of these people you might not have directly photographed yet. So that's people like the groom's dad, who's super, super important in the day. Some of the siblings who weren't in the bridal party, anything like that. So if you can make family photos memorable and easy on them, they will love you. You also have an amazing opportunity where most people have been in family portraits at a wedding before, and most people have experienced awkwardness, photographers who didn't know the family dynamics, or just like straight chaos. I have experienced straight chaos where the photographer didn't really have a lot of guidance, definitely didn't know the family dynamics, and so it was a lot of other chefs stirring the pot, moms, mother-in-laws saying, oh, can we do this? Oh, now let's do this. Let's add this person in. So this is a really easy way for you to over-deliver on that, for you to subliminally know, hey, brother, I know that you've been in a wedding before that was awkward during family photos. Let me show you how this can be super easy, super fun. Obviously, that's not something we're saying. We're just translating that in our mind. So this is a great way to serve them. This is a great way to make it really memorable. First, the biggest part is making it efficient on them, making it easy. But then second, praise, praise, praise. I mean, that is the name of the game on everything on a wedding day, but family photos are one of those places where you can be, like, Cameron will be shooting and I'll already have the next group staged, and I'll walk up and I'll be like, ah, dang, you guys are looking good. And then, you know, like, a father of the groom is like, what? Oh, man. Or if he's kind of goofy, he's like, thanks, yeah, I'm feeling it. So this is just a great way to praise them times a million. After every single photo, we're giving feedback. We're saying, oh, that looks amazing. That looks awesome. The other thing that you can do is look out for them. Again, you're looking for a family photo that's kind of pristine. Everybody's smiling. Everyone's looking at the camera. Everyone's looking fab. If you see a hair binder, if you see a strap falling, if you see hair that needs to be rejudged, come up, say, oh, Mom, let me just fix this a little bit for you. She feels so taken care of in that moment. She feels so trusting to you of like, dang, this girl's looking out for me. I feel like I feel good about this. So that's really important. The next thing is, this is basic, but we count down family photos. So we'll say, okay, 3, 2, 1, or we'll say, okay, ready, and then take it, and then give immediate praise afterwards. Oh, looking good. Oh my God, amazing. That's so awesome. The biggest thing is because it's families and they can be a little focused on a lot of stuff, other things going on, being excited about hosting, being excited about seeing their cousin that they haven't seen for 5 years, and their eyes will dart, eyes will blink a lot, and so it's important that we take a lot and that we count down for all of them. The last thing, kind of a bonus, is when you have small groupings, so like bride with dad, bride with mom, bride with all of her siblings, anything like that, we do add in some fun prompts. So they're basic, they're not like elaborate, like walk over here and then give each other a hug at the end. It's not elaborate. It's just things like, oh, go ahead and give your dad a kiss on the cheek, or go ahead, siblings, show us the definition of you guys, whether that's goofy or fighting or whatever, and they definitely have something every single time, just so that you can add a little bit of personality into family photos. Again, it's not extravagant, but it's just a little bit more, and they have fun and they enjoy that. The last thing is that give it time. While you're pursuing efficiency, that is amazing, but sometimes there just has to be a breath in which dad and his daughter are embracing, and he gave her a kiss on the cheek, and there's a moment afterwards where he wants to linger and they just want to smile at each other for a second, and that's important that you embrace that and know that this is time that you carved out for those immediate family photos for a reason, for them to be able to have those little moments and to be able to hug each other really tight. So take a breath every once in a while. While you're moving fast, while you're moving quick, while you're pursuing efficiency, there's time for them to hug, chat for a second, live their best lives. Okay, so that's what we have about family photos. We know that it can be something that can be a bit stressful on a wedding day for you as the photographer, and definitely for your couple. So be able to make this efficient for them, be able to make it enjoyable, and be able to really serve those family members. Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed. Be sure to subscribe if you love this video. We'll see you next time. Bye!